Alright. Hopefully everything's good. We'll load. Since the demo is complete, we can just resume. Oh, flashback's over. 13 years later. Oh, look, it's Year of the Realm 873 again. Viking Republic.
Welcome back. Sorry. What's our situation? Let's just say Shiva and Titan's little spat hasn't made things any easier.
Yeah, killed some of our guys. Oh, oh, is that the rock right there? Could you not have dragged my unconscious body further?
It's as you thought. The Crusaders have sounded the retreat.
Then we follow.
We're down a man, Sergeant.
If we return without Shiva's head, our fate will be no different from Biast's. I'll take my chances with the Iron Blood. At least then I might die fighting.
They're gonna drop a giant rock on us, they execute us? I mean, that's one way of doing it.
After you do, that is.
Oh, do you need me to carry you through it? I mean, I guess I'm the protagonist.
Not today.
Then it's settled. No dying. Now, if you don't mind, we have an army to chase.
A chance encounter. New iconic abilities. The iconic abilities Scarlet Cyclone and Heat Wave for the Phoenix are now available for acquisition and upgrade on the Abilities tab in the main menu. Do not forget that once acquired, new abilities must be equipped on the Gear and Icons tab.
How do they expect us to kill something that can do this?
They don't.
It's-
Only the girl holding its leash.
It's right there. Also, God, can I get a better look at that? How much blood did he have in him? Like, did they remove the body? Did it all just sploosh out? I mean, I guess this is all rocks, right? So none of it is in him now. This is true. Okay. Oh man, need to do things. Gear and icons. These are all just these things. Okay. Timely focus, time evasion, timely strikes. Okay. Right, I only earned extra things in the demo that did not get to go. Rising flames, girl. Are these not equipped? Up here. Heat wave. Oh, that's like a counter move for that. That's cool. Is that? Oh, it's just basically telling me I can pick a different two. Gotcha, gotcha. Because I know Phoenix Shift is there. So these can upgrade and I can learn that, but I'll have enough ability points for that actually. And oh, that's a very special looking move. It's also really expensive, I see. Magic counter does sound good, but I don't know if I'm actually going to use it. Launches lighter enemies, Ring of Fire. Oh yeah, it does say details up there. What does mastering do for you? Increases shift distance, shift strike, aerial shift strike, shift combo, aerial shift combo. Bonus points are for using battle techniques during arcade mode. Okay, So it doesn't track what you're doing until you're in arcade mode? Interesting, interesting. Increases hits. Allows assignment to any icon. Oh. Acon. Whatever. I mean, I'm never going to use that stuff, but that also increases hits. This does seem handy, but... Spell will increase the number of subsequent shockwaves. It will shorten ability cooldown by 30%. And you can change the shockwave direction. Upgrade just increases shockwaves, and mastery allows that. Okay, so if you really like an ability, you can put it on any icon, because you cannot... Yeah. So the important thing is this ability. And I assume this can't be? No, no, you can do that too, okay. Down thrust. Burning blade. Plunge seems like something I might actually use. Maybe I'll save up for that then. Imperial Infantry Blade. When a bearer dies in service of the Sanbrequois Imperial Army, it is more likely his sword, not his body, will be retrieved from the battlefield that it might be provisioned to the next unwilling volunteer, without additional cost to the crown. Imperial Infantry Belt. A crude strip of leather fitted with a pucked iron buckle. This belt is provided to bearers of the Sanbrequois Imperial Army with the understanding that it will be lost when the poor lad eventually falls to an enemy blade. It's not nearly the same. This is giving me a little bit of Bridgeman feelings, like, uh-oh. Well, we're just gonna have a bunch of you, and when you die, we're just gonna take your stuff and send it to the next guy. Gotta fight those Pershendi off. Imperial Infantry Bracers. Having deemed shields too costly a oh my. Ah yes, I remember the shield discourse. Having deemed shields too costly a resource to be wasting on mere bearer assassins, the Sanbrequois Imperial Army now provides their frontline pawns with a pair of simple iron bangles that might stop an enemy blade, if the bearer can raise his arms in time. Oh, okay. Rising Flame, Scarlet Cyclone. Alright. These seem decent enough. I think everything else I've basically looked at. They filled me up on potions. The year is once again 873, and Clive has returned from his reverie to the chaos that smolders in the wake of Shiva and Titan's terrible encounter. Tiamat reminds Wyvern of their mission, that there is no escaping the inexorable fate of the branded. Yeah. I mean, they might be a little... Well... No, we might just be the ones who survive. Like, we might be basically elite bridgemen. Tiamat is that guy. Okay. I have these. I don't think I realized, but it makes sense that that was actually, like... He was reliving that as a PTSD flashback in his unconscious state. Map. The Nissa Defile. The Nissa Defile. Whatever. An arid labyrinth of high-walled ravines. The Republican army utilizes this terrain to funnel invaders into narrow choke points where they can be easily slaughtered by a handful of defenders. I mean, that's just the Shattered Plains, except you're in the chasms. It's purely coincidence, I know. But that's really funny to me. Also really unfair. Like, in the first time I was playing the demo and we did the flashback, I'm like, oh, this is just Game of Thrones. And now I'm like, well, this is just the Way of Kings. Look at this, taking obvious cues from Western fantasy to make their own take on it. and me calling out the similarity. Okay, so we have all that. Do I still have real-time lore? I do. Oh, this is slightly different. The Nissa, I can't remember. It'll come up, I'm sure. The Nissa Defile, a deep, arid valley located in the eastern part of the Dalmekian Republic. During the Battle of the Twin Realms in 865, it was the site of repeated skirmishes as the Iron Kingdom attempted to make incursions into Dalmekian territory. So it said what? The year was 873, so this was 8 years ago? So this would be 5 years ago after our brother died? Or at least that we saw Ifrit tearing Phoenix apart. Branded soldier. Bearers forced to fight for the nations that enslave them. Able to cast powerful magics, yet entirely disposable, they are often placed on the front lines in battle or assigned to highly dangerous scouting or assassination missions. The Bastards. A unit of Imperial Army assassins tasked with taking the head of the Iron Kingdom's dominant, Warden of Ice, and vessel for the Akon, Shiva. All of its members, including its leader Tiamat, are bearers, branded men pressed into servitude for their ability to wield magic. Titan, the Warden of Earth, of whom Hugo Kupka is the current dominant. He takes the form of a stone-skinned giant, whose granite fists shake the earth with every mighty pummel. Titan's dominant awakens among the peoples of the Dalmekian deserts, the recipient of his strength being granted great power and status by the Republic, in return for a commitment to protect the nation in times of war. He is a big boy. There's Shiva. Shiva, the Warden of Ice, whose appearance on the battlefield makes her enemy's blood run cold. The Ironblood sent Shiva against the Republican forces in the Nysa Defile, where she dueled against Titan, the Akon of Earth. She's not even that giant either. But she's still bigger in person, just compared to Titan, who is all big. Wyvern, a slave soldier for the Holy Empire of Sombrake. Sombraqua? Man, I don't know why, when it's like as an adjective for words, I can get over it quickly, but when I see it as a proper noun, my brain's like, no, it is too French. I reject it. Now in his 13th year of servitude, though drafted as a frontline infantryman, the magical might granted him by the blessing of the Phoenix quickly saw him promoted to an elite squadron of assassins, where he was assigned the moniker by which he is now known, because it's a much better name, let's be honest. Their latest mission, to descend into the Nysa Defile, where bloody battle rages between the Iron Kingdom and the Republic of Dalmekia, and take the head of Shiva's dominant. Alright. Well, let me save. I can just save anywhere, right? Yes. We'll create a save data file. As you can see, I've picked up where the demo left off, but my brother's already started his playthrough. There's no run button, right? I think it just, you run at the speed it lets you run at. That lets you do that. These are this. What's that? That's holding that? Yes, that's holding that. Those are items. A stone skin tonic. Oh boy.
All the old trails are gone. It'll be hell finding a way out.
Do you think a retreating
Oh,
army
boo-hoo.
won't fare any better?
Also, I feel like we already kind of half failed our assassination mission because we took a while. Like, I guess until Shiva showed up, we had a hard time finding the dominant, though.
By the flames.
What? It's just a lot of ice. Is that why? So. It's very pretty ice. Pretty clean. I guess it's made of magic, so that makes sense. Sounds good. Oh, it wants me to go down, doesn't it? But what's this? Nothing's this way. Alright, wolf sense is, yes, it's hold down left stick. What did right stick do? Just the camera right now. I think it might be lock on too, because that's a classic button for it. Yunk. That was a little janky looking, but... I don't even need us to have this fight, so... Oh! Is that the case? That is the Iron Kingdom, Dhalmekia. That's right, because it's Dhalmekia and then the Iron Kingdom. That's true.
Did you hear that?
I guess we're just trying to take advantage of it.
So, Titan has knocked the fight out of our Ironblood friends. Where are the rest of them? That can't be the main host.
Wait. Our fortunes have turned, Sergeant. It's her.
The Dominant. Are you certain?
The Crystalline Orthodox is a backwards faith for a backwards people. In the Iron Kingdom, they teach that dominants are unclean aberrations, born of blackest sin. Only their priests are allowed to perform the rites of priming. And I see many.
We end this quickly.
So we have to kill the priests, but... Oh, I guess this would have been a good time to have the magic parry. Oh well, whatever. Oh hey, it's silver-haired Yuna. Oh, I don't think this is going to be healthy for her, guys.
What Alvation Naukin Alad Scully asked.
Well, at least they didn't kill the child. Guys, if you would...
Let this be the end.
Avis, care to kill some Ironblood?
Gladly.
Ah.
You focus on the target.
Understood.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. I'm killing the ads first. Excuse you. Oh, did you guys already finish? I guess so. Ow. Rude. And dodge that fast enough. Oh, that was then. Okay. No, not in time.
This time. Much appreciated.
Okay, that worked. Dodging is more reliable, but... Aw, you didn't... Where were you even aiming? Ah, didn't time that right. I really thought I was going to stagger you out of that. Oh, come on. I can definitely stagger you out of that. Thank you.
Orders, Sergeant! Stop talking and move!
I didn't even see I was hitting me.
Fucking
I could
icons.
heal, but
Icon? She's not even fully primed. Why, who's that? Sorry.
oh, I died. All right, let's see if I can do a little bit better now that I've gotten a little bit of a chance to acquaint myself with the combat again. Oh, it starts me at half health. Well, here, I'll let you do some damage at least. It's only fair. Ow. You're really mean, though.
Much appreciated.
That was an accident.
Orders, Sergeant! Stop gawping and move!
Actually, I'll just...
Fucking icons. Icon? She's not even fully primed. Who's that? My thanks.
Last.
Yay. I have to imagine it tanks whatever, like, secret rating it has for that when you do that, but that's okay. Did I actually get these? Seal silk. A rare case in which hyperbole has played no role in the item's nomenclature. Seal silk is every bit as strong as steel, yet soft as silk, making it a popular choice for tailors tasked with crafting durable armor that does not hinder movement. And I got 2 frozen tears. And as she fought, she fed tears of ice, yeah. She shed tears of ice, which shattered on the blood-stained earth below. A Dhalmekian soldier's account of the Battle of Nessa, year of the realm 873. I'm just making sure you're carrying your caps. It looks like I got some skill points. So they checkpoint you there, okay. That looks pretty
Is she
rough.
dead?
I don't think so.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Shouldn't we take her with us? How did dominance work?
No, that's not you. Not here.
I'll bloody do it then.
Ooh. Well, so much for you, buddy.
Fuck.
Man, did you guys maybe want to do that before we almost killed her, though? Oh, he just died.
Got company, Wyvern.
Yeah, I know, Tiamat. Cool name, by the way, bro.
What the hell are you doing?
Lord Ohida Vedra!
Get your ass over here and help me with these bastards!
No, I'm gonna put her somewhere safe and then help you with those bastards.
Sorry, Jill.
I mean, that's fair. Tiamat, though, I don't know. Maybe I'm too used to in D&D sense, where... Even though that's not the case here.
What is wrong with you, Wyvern?
Dominant.
I know her. Know her. Look around you. Do you think any of these animals care? I need you here. It's over.
Oh! What was that move?
Now that that's done,
Just ran up to him and just like
I won't
Death
trust
blow
you
magicked
again,
him.
Wyvern. Take her head so we can be done with this.
Oh, do we get to fight?
I
Hey, Donnie.
can't. I won't.
You would betray the Holy Empire?
Dude, we're slaves for
Hey.
them.
I don't recall ever pledging allegiance to your emperor. My service may have been bought with this brand, but not my loyalty.
Yeah, exactly.
I just fight to survive.
And you think I don't? The Empire will have our heads if we return empty-handed. So if you won't take hers, I'll have to take yours.
I told you, Sergeant. I'm not dying here today. And neither is she.
let's find out.
Ah, I see what how I can parry that for. Oh,
Wyvern? Have you forgotten who plucked you from the front lines? Who trained you? Who gave you a name when you had none?
You speak as if we don't bear the same brand, Sergeant. I've always had a name, and I've not forgotten it.
Still clinging to the past like a torn blanket. Then you will die, as you should have 13 years ago.
For nothing. No one. And I will not fall by your hand.
yeah. You basically mostly just missed Donnie the
Not this time.
I really should try to parry you more though. Damn, that was not how the parry timing went. Come on, I'm gonna back this a couple more times. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. Yeah.
Take your head.
Yeah.
Traitor's blade.
Tiamat bested. Yeah, so the prologue, which is the beginning of this part, and then you get a little bit of that's a satisfying thing to put that. But worsted. And of course you play the PTSD flashback while you're unconscious. That is the backstory. That felt pretty fun. I felt reasonable with that. Let's see, we got Wurite. To most, this nondescript lump of rough-hewn stone is but a nuisance upon which to stub one's toe. To the blacksmith, however, it is much, much more, for the metal contained within may be fashioned into inexpensive, yet durable gear favored by warriors across the realm. Used in crafting and meteorite. Just as drops of molten iron fall from a smith's oven to the floor to cool, so too do they fall from the celestial foundry where the gods forge their divine instruments of war. Or so it is believed. We call these otherworldly outcastings meteorites. LOL, rock goer. Kinda has that bit to it, doesn't it? Alright, Tiamat, we've defeated you. Now you need to be our friend. I guess we've worked together for years, but you know. Oh, god damn, there's more of them? I'm pretty sure I could take them, though. They're not that tough. Come on, Wyvern. We can do this. Get up, man. Let's do some combos. Or maybe Magic Girl's gonna wake up and save us. Oh, or maybe Sid is gonna save us. Which we wouldn't know about yet. I only know about that because of the second part of the demo. Donnie, that is the only reason why she's here right now, is because she's played it. Not finished it, but... Why does Sid have our dog?
This way. Bloody wind. Well, come on then.
Yeah, look at the good boy there.
Fuck.
Yeah, that could have gone better, I think. Hey, look, it's Benedicta.
Hugo, dear, my proud desert lion. Would that you had taken care when chasing the hare? I expected more from the mighty Titan. You put the Ice Queen on her back, no doubt. But you'll have to work harder if you're to claim this prize.
Oh, so trustworthy with her name. You know when they'll start using those Game of Thrones words.
The thunder.
We'll be hearing more soon enough. You always were a fucking snake, Sid. Gather the men. We have work to do.
I'm trying to think. But I guess... Is it a horse? What other lightning ones are there? See, I don't know my Final Fantasy that well, so...
Is it really you?
I don't know if she seems that distinct, but it could be. He is not a horse. Disappointing. But not weird. Yeah, come on, give him scritches.
And who's this fine hound I see?
Yeah.
A fine hound who saved your life. That's who.
Torgal.
Hey?
His name is Torgal.
You two acquainted? Well then, you won't mind taking him off my hands.
Man, did Torgal get the reinforcements for us?
I'd always pictured you as more the chocobo type.
Don't you mention Ambrosia.
Like Rosfield.
Ah, he knows our real name.
Come now. Fleet as flame, fierce as a wildfire. That there was the blessing of the Phoenix.
You call us Wyvern instead?
I'd heard rumors that you'd survived, but I never paid them much heed. Calm down. I didn't come all this way for your handsome mug. Now her, on the other hand, she seemed worth muddying my boots for.
Look, I'm gonna say it. Clive had a better slave name. But I guess that's true.
I'm the worse for wear. Still, might be best to get a second opinion. Back her up.
Not another step. I mean it.
ought to leave her here, not one with a warm bed waiting. It's all right.
The big guy.
You're welcome to join us. You do want to help her, don't you?
Sid, if we aren't back soon, Nan'll have our heads.
I do wonder,
I'll explain everything once we're back at the hideaway. Come on.
like, our dog went and got them. Look at him. Ugh. But, I guess maybe this was our first chance to actually really get it do that. Oh, we're right here, Clive. I want to load this part. I cannot travel this location. Look, dogs never forget. At least non-fiction, when it's really sweet when they don't. The Hideaway. Central Storm Deadlands. The withered remnants of a once verdant valley long consumed by the blight. One would have to be either extremely foolish or extremely desperate. Or an extremely desperate fool to make this wasteland their home. I can't actually... Okay, I think I get there. Okay, travel. I know it's because later on I'll have choice, but it's kind of silly to be like, choose to do this thing you have no other choice for. Central Storm. The Deadlands.
Not much further now.
But we're in the middle of the Deadlands.
Keen eye, you. The blight sucked this place dry. Meaning no trees, no birds, and no magic.
No magic.
But it also means no neighbors.
Not even monsters to
The
fight?
last place anyone would think to look.
Home sweet home.
Yeah, it's true. The monsters need to eat, so they would need things here too, I guess. At least I'll probably have a training dummy or something that I can practice on. The Hideaway. Central Storm. Ah, so Moogles exist in this world.
This place. These are fallen ruins.
Well, we didn't think they'd mind. And it keeps the black from our lungs.
But how do you survive without magic?
How does anyone? Hard work and a bit of nous. You must be starving.
Bit of
We
nous.
grow them here, believe it or not. Suit yourself.
You're back.
Ah, Talia.
And this is the Dominant.
Out cold since we found her. I was hoping you might give her a look over.
All right. Goots, get her upstairs.
Tarja?
None will...
Goots?
Don't fret about Karen. I've taken care of her fee.
All of it.
Okay.
She's the best healer this side of the belt. You've nothing to worry about. Go on, have a look around. I'll be in my solar.
It is kind of interesting, keeping the Moogles classic looking. Hideaway. Local map. Pressing that opens a deal map of your current area. Main scenario destinations are marked with the icon. Oh. Ale Hall, Sid Solar, the bunks, the infirmary. Can't go in there right now. It's a dominant zone. Reservoir, the faucets, storeroom, the cells, the weight ads. Also, where did Torgal go? Oh, puppy? Puppy? They
There's
got
a good girl.
chocobos.
Hungry, are you?
Chocobo. It's not a dog, but it'll do. Oh, and there's the invisible barrier that marks this zone.
Sid says we shouldn't travel alone, that the Deadlands here are unforgiving. Still, needs must. Sid says we shouldn't travel alone.
I don't care.
The
You repeated
Deadlands here are
dialogue.
unforgiving.
Are you... They're not all branded, but a majority might be. In fact, it's looking like almost everyone is.
Still hungry, are you? Might have something round here.
You will feed him. Feed him. Yes, he gets food. Dude's named JRPG where the name characters follow similar aesthetic to the NPCs. That's... Depends on how classic versus not classic you go. But for these big ones, that tends to be the case. It's more a matter of... Well, here, though, the characters are not as flashy, I guess. I feel like a lot of other ones will do is they'll have the NPCs, but they'll be in, like, outlandish gear and stuff. They just have an unfortunate face. Anyways, let us save first. Actually, let's not save first. 260 ability points. I want lunge. What do I want? No, I'm gonna pick up lunge. Wait, I have lunge. I'm dumb. That's for master. How often am I gonna actually change that abilities though? I should get it though. I'll get it. These ones upgrade, so they can wait for a little while. I think your limit consumption of these makes you assume that was the norm. No, that's fair. I say a lot are like that. It makes things pop more, so. Oh yeah, I forgot about taunting. I don't think I got knocked down that often, but probably would have forgotten about that too. This is all the same. Look at that. I picked up some tonics, which is nice. Journal is there. Okay, well now that I've spent something. We'll just save over. I only need to have one save. And let's look at our real-time lore. Wow. I like how Goose was there, but they're like, he doesn't get a thing. Also, I probably missed Tiamat's thing. I'm sure it's fine. Actually, I think Tiamat didn't even get an individual thing. I think he was just in the Bastards. The Fallen, an ancient yet highly advanced civilization whose relics can be found across the length and breadth of Valisthea. The material from which these relics are constructed is far sturdier than steel and cannot be worked by modern methods, so the people of the modern day have elected to build inside and around them instead. You can read them later if you want an EMSGet log. That makes sense. The Deadlands. Barren wastes bereft of ether, where no life stirs, and magic is all but unusable. Here, both earth and water are stained black, preventing any seed from quickening. In recent years, the blight has spread ever more widely, displacing whole nations before it, driving once peaceful fauna to violent desperation, and leaving silent devastation in its wake. Sid's Hideaway, a refuge hidden in the blighted lands of Central Storm, from which Sid operates his secretive community of freed bearers. While survival in the Deadlands is widely considered impossible, a combination of near indestructible fallen ruins and considerable ingenuity have led to the establishment of a safe haven where those who rally to their leader's cause are only just about able to eke out an albeit meager existence. Maybe someone has a magic vacuum that's sucking up all the ether? I mean, Maybe that is the ultimate cause of the blight. That is not entirely weird for JRPG plots to do stuff like that. Sidolphus Telemon. Sid for short, because thank God. Cornered by a battalion of Iron Kingdom crusaders in the depths of the Nysa defile, Clive thought his end was nigh, and it was of his cool name, until Sid appeared and spirited him and Jill away to his secret hideaway in the Deadlands. Is that the blade is spreading, but more than the magic is shrinking. And Taria. Oh, she has a facial scar because she had her bearer tattoo removed, maybe. Maybe not. Resident physiker of Sid's hideaway, Taria is an expert in all manner of medicines and medical interventions, skills that are indispensable in their Deadland home, where they cannot call on healing magics. After Sid brings an unconscious Jill back to the hideaway from his expedition to the Nysa defile, she is placed into Taria's care. What's up, guys? Not gonna talk to me at all? Rude? Okay. Ooh. Okay, fine. I was gonna ask if you knew any spirit tuners, but I guess not. Surly Smiths. Ooh. You're not gonna talk? No? Okay. I took you for dead. We have cells. We've not trapped anyone here.
Another newcomer. You mind the rules round here, or our next chat will be through the bars.
Jailer. No, it's Gauler. Oh, whatever.
Washroom floor's all mended then? It'll hold, for now.
How did you break the washroom floor?
I suppose I'll be needing a new sword.
Then you'll need to speak with Blackthorn.
Ah, you like when it's spelled like that? I definitely have that bias where, like, as a kid reading fantasy for ages, I'm like, why is it like that? That in Dungeon?
Your brand. Lady Tyre might be able to see to that. You may have been born a slave, but you're a free man now.
Okay, you say that, but most of you still have brands.
Would you rather you went without?
This is our first time seeing branded children. I can't remember if in the flashback we saw that, but then again, we were in a kingdom that was less dickish about that. Don Juan. Yes, welcome to my Don Juan. What?
Sid once told me, the blight doesn't kill the land, it only makes her forget who she once was. She'll eventually remember her purpose. All she needs is a little reminding.
Yeah, our home was like the most progressive about that, but still. We still had a little of slavery as a treat for us, you know? But not like these monsters with all their lots of slavery.
Leave me be.
Not until you've had your medicine.
Alright, that's the end of that. Do. Just call them serfs and suddenly it's okay. What, social mobility? No, that's unnecessary. They wouldn't even know what to do with themselves. Okay, and that's the infirmary, which they're just like, no, you don't get to go in there. Then we'll go to the Fat Chocobo. The most powerful summon of them
He's a
all.
soldier then.
Be surprised if he wasn't. The smell of war is thick about him.
Are you guys talking about me to my face? Because, do you see my outfit? Fat chocobo. Fat chocobo. None of these people are talking. Landlocked bearer.
If you can read, don't let Otto know. We'll put you to work on the ledgers too.
Most concerning.
Is there even text on those book? Yes, there is. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what landlocked in this sense means. It's kind of a weird choice. Unless it's meant to tell us he's scared of the sea.
I'm no man's tool, and neither are you. You're right. None of us are.
Why didn't you guys talk earlier? I walked right past you in your face.
When he's not out chasing rumours, Sid's up there in that hole of his, brooding and scheming.
Lay off the man. He's got plenty to brood about.
That's okay. It's locked out of the Oh, Lanklocked. Oh, Lanklocked. Okay. I didn't even notice that. Lanklocked. Oh. It means his hair is kind of like lank just means like lifeless. Like he just hangs there, like he's not taking good care of his hair. Like, dude, you should go shampoo. That's a weird way of putting it, though. They really put Spoony Bird here. I mean, they were the originators. They have every right.
When lightning struck, his yoke did break, his life his own again. With thunder's roll, he knew his fate and would fight it to the end. Well, what do you think? I woke this morn inspired.
That's okay. Alright, I think that's basically everything.
I've spent the whole morning on these steps.
I don't care. Actually, wait. You spent the whole morning on these steps because you're just wasting time. Like, look at... You are sweeping because you have an actual job to be doing. And you are pretending you are busy with something else, sir. It is the same spot. You're putting barely any force into it. These don't even fit together. You're just sweeping the dirt into the gap. God, it's hard to find good help. Alright, let's save having talked to everyone. I don't think it matters at all, but you know. Way to Boston Company, man, yo. Alright.
Just working on a pet project of mine. Though she's not above biting the hand that feeds her. Alright. I was hoping we might try and solve the mystery of poor Clive Rossfield. A bearer of the Sambrequois Imperial Army sent behind enemy lines. With orders to wait until it turned into a brawl, then slit the dominant's throat in the chaos.
I didn't know it was her. How could it be?
And so, to save her neck, you slit your sergeants, then set your sights on the hills.
I didn't slit his throat, I fought him.
Empire deals with deserters. Because with that on your chop, my friend, we both know you won't be getting far.
We had a sweet duel, where I murdered him with sick combo moves.
You've fallen a long way, Lord Rossfield.
I think that happened when I became a slave, sir. You got time to lean, you've got time to clean. Ugh.
Not have it said that I'm a poor host.
What do you mean to do with her?
Do with her? Why, nothing. Her life is her own now. If I wanted to use her, do you think I'd be talking to you? All I want to do is help. Dominants like her, branded like you. Of course, the realm doesn't approve, which is why we live in a cave.
How many dominants are there out there you can even help?
And it's also why we need help. From branded who know one end of a sword from the other. What say you, Clive? Will you join us?
There are 8 total. Yeah, so... I mean, it doesn't blame him for wanting to help them. It just seems like that's a grandiose thing to say.
Cid, was it? I trust that you'll do right by Jill. But until my brother is avenged, I must walk my own path.
Avenged?
My brother was murdered by a second dominant of fire.
Phoenix's evil twin. Oh, bugger me. Another rumor proven true.
I only stand here today because of Joshua. 13 years I've waited for this chance. I've slept in filth, drunk from a gutter, killed more men than I can count. You're right. The Empire will not suffer a deserter. This will be my best opportunity. My last.
Which is why you should join us.
I told you I'm not
interested, I know. One of my scouts sent word there's a group of branded fugitives north of here, in the Imperial village of Lostwing. Among them is one he believes to be a dominant of fire.
There, Clive, I bet you put this where it's at. Oh.
What say we go and ask him?
This doesn't mean I'm joining you.
Oh, just join him already. Well, I guess he's more joining us, so either way, it's the same result.
Let's make ready then. You'll find everything you need down in the main hall, as well as a few things you don't. Have fun.
Like, I guess the idea of, I don't want any help when I'm going on my revenge quest. But it just always seems silly to me, like, I want to get revenge, this thing that's going to be very hard for me to do by myself without a friendly network to support me. Well, why don't you join us? No, I must do this on my own. Oh well, what you gonna do? Oh, can I read his journal? No? Damn. Cid, talk to me. What does your journal say? Yeah, Clouds are just oh geez, spoilers, Katie. No, I mean that didn't even take like he didn't even try to like look. All I'm saying is I haven't said no, Cid. Took him up to the roof and then fought him amongst the lines of sheets before walking away to go find Itachi. I mean, it doesn't really work when I do a Sasuke reference, does it?
It's downstairs. Try not to get lost.
You know, there's some fanfiction also said pre-made /fics where they find or place generic names just so they're in the first drop fanfic. I'm sure someone would do something like that. But at the same time, I mean, at that point, you're almost like AI writing it, right?
Careful, you. I've spent the whole morning on these steps.
Okay. I want to return to this broom-wielding bear for a moment to explain my stance here. Which is not on the idea that you should always be working. It's that I don't want you to lie to me and be pretending to do busy work. Just go to the bar downstairs and sit on your ass. You shouldn't be standing like here. You constantly leaning over to do that little bit of sweeping is actually going to be bad for your lower back. Just go sit on your ass like you want to. But don't lie to yourself, and don't lie to me. Okay? Now we clear on why I was calling him out? Okay, good.
The dominant needs her rest. I'll see she's not disturbed.
It's a friend game. You're sweeping a mine. Yeah, there's that too. Well, we got a little conversation there. Who? What's going on? Oh, this guy again.
He's in... Oh no.
Goot was it? Perhaps you can help. Sid asked me to make ready for our mission. How does one go about that here?
Well, there's old Nan's place. On second thoughts, you maybe want to see Blackthorn first.
Okay.
A blacksmith? To the forge it is then.
Oh wait, no, hold up. You'll be needing this. Blackthorn won't take no notice of you otherwise. Might not anyway.
Alright, but did you hand me off screen so they didn't have to animate it fully? Continental rum. Is that actually an item I can look at? Like, I would assume it's like a key item of some kind, but it's probably not something that exists, actually. You're on the other side of 30 when you're on this argument. As someone who shares it. Oh, was key items... Oh, right. Yes, it is. Continental rum. A noisome spirit better suited to stripping oil from a painter's canvas than consumption. Grants overworked conscripts a few rare moments of sweet oblivion on their long, arduous sea journeys north from the continent. I'm so used to there being like an all items tab it starts you on. It kind of astonishes the Jesus. These go up to 9999. This whole thing behaves like a better Dragon Age sequel. It's an interesting take on it.
The forge is down the end. Just follow the sound of Blackthorn's hammer.
Probably want to find my dog, but I guess I need to do this first, and then Torpor will come by and be like, woof. And I'll be like, yes. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's sleepy. Oh, he's out, too. Like, usually when you walk by, they'll, like, look at you, but no. I mean, I say that like that wouldn't be a hard thing to, like, program into a game.
Fancy a mug of Kenneth's coldest when we're done.
Does Titan shit boulders?
Does Titan? I don't know. Hey, dude, you want to get crunk?
Are you Blackthorn?
What if I am? I've no time for idle chatter.
I'm not here to talk. I'll be accompanying Sid to Lostwing, and I need you to see to my equipment.
You could be accompanying the goddess Krieger to our holy bedchamber for all I care. I'm not lifting a finger for you.
Is that so?
I have to give it a... Whatever, I guess better equipment would be nice. Here's your continental rum. Take it, asshole.
Do you want that or not? I can take it back.
Oh, damn you, Goots. All right. No need to be hasty. Let's have a look at you. I doubt that lot could stay a Moogle's fart. Bloody Imperials. They'd rather see their bearers dead than kitted out properly.
Yes, that is the point.
I'll do what I can, as a favor to Goot's mind.
Forging. The crafting of new gear, as well as the upgrading of existing gear, can be done at a blacksmith as long as you have the recipe and the proper materials. Recipe. Select the highlighted item from the list and it will X to craft or upgrade. Oh, cool. He has iron filing, so we can go from iron belt to iron belt +1. More leather than iron. It is nonetheless considered an improvement from the crude cording won by Ackerman and acolytes. Ackerman? It's pronounced Recipe. Ah, good old Recipe. No, okay, this is a craft. Alright, well, we'll do it. Equip the newly crafted item. It's a better belt, so why not?
And the belt, Caesar Square. You want anything else, you bring your own materials.
I'll bear that in mind. Thank you.
It's funny, because he's a bearer.
A word of advice. Don't let Sid decide what's best for you.
He seems pretty upstanding to me. Notices. When something has changed in the hideaway, a notice will appear in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. In addition to stock updates for Karen's Toll and new forging recipes for the Black Hammer, there are also notices for new quests, new missives, and many other things. A icon will also appear in game, as well as on the local map, to indicate recent updates. Oh,
I
okay.
suppose I should thank Goots.
Yeah, but... Ooh, new crafting recipe.
I see I'm busy here.
Hey, let's ask about you.
Well, I ain't the cook, am I?
Oh, you only say the first line? Though if you tasted Kenneth's brown, it might as well be.
Look.
Sid need a smith, and I need a smithy. Call it a marriage of convenience. Doesn't hurt that the forge here is the hottest side of hell, or that it works without magic. It won't have no bearer suffering for me, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's really awkward how you're holding these up for me to read instead of saying them, but that's okay. These are like the only times they do that weird half-line thing. It is weird. I'm definitely more a fan of either all voiced or no voiced. In between just makes me feel oogie. That's technically the correct way, but I refuse to pronounce. Karen. I mean, it's a little bit. But yeah, like Karen sounds more like that. Sharon is the most hard way to mispronounce that, I guess.
Everything needs repairing.
Or retooling. I don't want to say retooling, but they paid me to say repairing. You bring it here, along with your own materials. Any scraps left over, you keep. Oh, so that's how you do it. I mean, I can understand. I've seen people do that. Charon? Charon's not a bad way of doing it. Alright, well that's done. Use the forge. I don't think I can do anything, but... Damn, I don't have enough wurite. If only I had played better, I might have earned enough. Oh, but I can make iron bracer so I can increase my defense. The little more than crude. But you can reinforce too. Broadsword +1. That is true, that's true. The little more than crude leather straps reinforced with even cruder iron plates. Boundless tales of dexterous doers of daring. Deftly deflected. Okay, I see where you are, sentence. Reinforced with even cruder iron plates. Boundless tales of dexterous doers of daring, deftly deflecting door locks. And redirecting dins with naught but these wristlets have made the equipment a popular choice for those who dream of being a hero, but currently lack the monetary means. I'll need to make the iron bracers. +1. Oh, okay, I see. Iron belt, this consumes the meteorite. It gives me a little bit of that. Massive, thick, heavy, and far too rough. Indeed, it was a heap of raw iron. Alright, so we need to have...
And?
Is that what's going on here? Oh, let me go back to items. My bad. Okay, loading the map is going to be a pain, but that's okay. They don't even put that here. They put it in the gears. Ah, I see. So that's what. So I could have just bought that and then upgraded it. Oh, but they can also just let you make it so you could save money. How much money do I even have? Ah, there it is. 516 gil. All right.
Fancy a mug of Kenneth's coldest?
Goots.
The gift worked. You have my thanks.
Come on, nearly there.
Oh, they got some people. Oh, they had a rough time of it, it looks like.
Blankets, quick as you like. All right, we make them comfortable while the bed's made up. Well, you're just gonna stand there? Someone fetch some water.
I'll get the bucket. You go and see if Otto needs out, eh?
Wait, me?
But I was getting supplies. I don't care about this. Oh, fine. I guess I can help out.
What the hell have I got myself into?
Speak with the man tending to the bearers. Want to say anything? Oh, wait. Do you have any more real-time lore? Ah, you can look at bearer. A person with the power to cast magics without a crystal. In Valsleia, men and women who awaken as bearers are enslaved. They are marked with a brand upon their cheek and used as tools, a cheaper alternative to the scarce and precious shards. The system of slavery has persisted for centuries, has become so ingrained in Valsleian life that few take pity upon the bearer's plight, seeing them as less than human. We need a sweeper over here. Goots, one of Sid's trusted allies, a gentle giant who has a warm ward for everyone. Alright. What's up, curmudgeon?
Who are they?
Huh? They're freed Imperial bearers. Who the hell are you?
Another bearer.
Shit, at this rate, you won't make it through the night. Think you can find your way up them stairs to the infirmary? We need Taya. Well, go on. Shift your ass.
If you spell it correctly.
Was Taya the one looking after Jill?
Top of the stairs, first door on your right. Quick.
Could be worse. It could be used as a battery. I mean, they... Also, I don't think I can talk to her yet.
Does this look like an infirmary to you? I didn't think so.
Oh, that is fully voiced. Wow, the pause, though. I get the feeling if they could use them as batteries instead, they would. But they don't have Magitech to that degree yet. What's up, Terria?
Your friend needs her rest. There'll be time for tearful reunions once she's recovered.
I'm not here for Jill. You're wanted downstairs. There are injured bearers in need of attention.
Well, why didn't you say so?
I did say so.
Ah, riveting dialogue. Well, now that she's out, let's just sneak in and look at Jill. Make sure she's okay. Damn it! Clive, you moron. That was your opportunity. Whatever. We were just seeing her unconscious in a bed anyways. It's not anything important. What are you? Is that just a roll of bandages?
He's going to be all right. But I'll need to examine them both in the infirmary. My work's just begun.
Alright. Jill had termed Odin asleep and wanted to give it a try. Well, she does have frost powers.
Another fine day at the hideaway.
Do many of the bearers who come here arrive in this state?
It's no easy thing, casting off your chains. By the time most pluck up the courage,
They're already too far gone. These two here are the lucky ones. The name's Otto. You need anything, you ask me.
All right, Otto.
I do need some supplies.
Do you now? Then Lady Karen over there will be more than happy to help you.
Right.
You know...
Oh. And thanks. Be seeing you.
Not likely. I won't be staying.
Oh my god, shut up, Clive.
All right. Well, for as long as you are here, consider yourself welcome. You helped us today, and we won't forget it.
I wonder if that's deliberate, though. Naming her Ye Old Karen. Side quest unlocked. Oh boy. I cannot make main progress. My favorite. Quests. Keep an eye out for the green icon above the heads of certain NPCs. These indicate they have a quest to offer. List of current and complete quests can be viewed on the Journal tab in the main menu. After accepting a quest objectives will appear in the to-do list located on the right side of the screen. Objectives for the main scenario and up to 3 side quests can be displayed simultaneously. Oh, don't remind me of Xenoblade. Any quests can be prioritized on the Journal tab in the main menu by highlighting it and pressing X. Objectives for prioritized quests will remain displayed in the to-do list until the quest is completed or another quest is given priority. Priority status for a quest can be removed by highlighting it and pressing X again. New hideaway features. Following hideaway facilities are also now available. The 1,000 Tomes, an ever-growing compendium of all things Valisthea. The Orchestrion, a personal jukebox for songs collected throughout the game. Both are located in the Hideaway's Eatery. The Fat Chocobo can be found on the local map, opened by pressing that touch scrap button. I don't know. Because ever, you are still drinking from a fire hose with these tutorials.
Who are these people?
I don't know, but first let's go to the Fat Chocobo. Which is actually not this way, is it? No, it isn't.
Fancy a mug of Kenneth Cold.
Torgo's still a sleepy boy, which is okay. Yeah, we'll talk to her first.
I need supplies for my journey to Lost Wing. Otto said you could provide them.
What's that? Does the newcomer think it proper to make demands of a poor old matron before even introducing himself?
If she talks like that, yes.
It's Clive.
Well, Clive, I hear that dog is yours.
Yes, and he is a good boy.
Since he followed Sid home one night, I've seen to it that his chin's rubbed and his belly fed.
Well, that's
Though
good.
I suppose that's your job now. Unless you lose him again.
I won't. Not again. Thank you for watching him.
So, were you going to buy something? What? You didn't think I'd shower your lordship with my hard-won wares while you swagger about with a pocket full of gil? Life doesn't work that way, lad. Now, let's see some coin.
Shops. Both consumable items and gear can be purchased at shops around Valisthea. Shop stock changes as the story progresses, so be sure to check in frequently. Oh, I see. The broadsword would take my entire amount. Okay. Iron bracers would take almost all of my money. And then I can buy these, but why would I buy these? Well, I can't buy a Stimson tonic. She seems like an anti-Karen. I mean, I think she has some tendencies there, but she took care of the dog, so the customer is always wrong. Oh, I get it. She's prepared to deal with Karens herself. I mean, the fact of the matter is the customer is usually always wrong. Oh my god. The price decrease. Holy, well, this stuff might be very cheap, actually. I don't know. Hey, Frozen Tears aren't bad. Meteorite sells for a lot, actually. But I guess Meteorite is green, which is better than blue? That doesn't feel right. Green should, because this is basic. I would think it would go like green, blue, purple gold or something. Eh, whatever. But I want to hold on to meteorite. So I shouldn't use it right away? Because I could use it right away. Like if I bought the broadsword, I think I could just spend it to upgrade it. Broadsword. Even in the hands of an untrained soldier, the broadsword can prove a deadly weapon, which is why it remains a popular choice for armies across the Twins. It also doesn't hurt that the pig iron blades are extremely simple and inexpensive to forge. Just don't sell it. Ah. And then I read these. Yeah. Oh, and of course, she doesn't even sell a belt, which is fine, because, okay. Whatever, I'll bankrupt myself.
It'd better all be here.
Yeah, I'll equip it. Oh, you sold out? Oh.
That's all.
Why, you've barely a guiltier name. You're taking his side now. And after all I've done for you.
Look, he's a good boy. He helps out.
All right, I can make an exception. But just this once, mind. My stores are getting cluttered and I need to make room for the next shipment.
So you're just giving me food?
Thank you.
Aw.
Thank me? Thank your dog.
What makes you think I wouldn't every day of my life, lady? Good to see he was well taken care of in those 13 years. Also, I don't think I realized Torgal has little... He got little, like, 3 spots. I don't know if that's on his butt or on his leg, though. Like, it might be on his haunch. Does he have it on the other side? I don't think he does. Why can't I pet the dog? I will not read what Katie just said. Even though she's not wrong. But... Retrieve sacks. I'm just gonna assume this is meant to happen. The Arete Stone. The Arete is now accessible. This customizable virtual battlescape. Oh, this is where you get to lab stuff. Okay. Provides Clive a safe location to test out new abilities and train against all manner of enemies. Additional options will become available as Clive progresses through the story. New battle skills in the customizable training wheel area, and these options are locked. Okay. We'll do this for a tiny little bit, but this is obviously something that will happen mostly off screen. Hall of Virtue is a fully customizable battlescape that provides Clive a safe location to test out new abilities, train against all manner of enemies. Press that to open the training menu, adjust both enemies and ally parameters. Oh. Oh, they do make you wait for that, though. Input display, action log, invincibility, regen, burst timing. Oh, okay. That's how that works. Oh, timers urge chords. So this is if you want to, like... Just... Oh, does that kill them in one? Okay. Enemy aggro for the attacking, enemy invincibility. Ooh, actually, enemy invincibility. Okay, so that's how you do that. Okay. Select an enemy with which to train. Goblin, Mugger, Weaver, Gigas. Oh, you can practice with that. That's fun. Alright. Okay, how do I leave? No, we don't want to do that. Is it in here? Action of region. Ah, and training. I can read. Just takes me a little bit.
You all done?
You just stared at that stone for like 10 minutes.
Leaving already, are ya?
Gonna tell me about how my
It's you
dog can help
honest the
me.
most, Lady Karen. It always is.
Don't stop you going, does it?
This should be fun.
Right.
Hey boy, do you want to do sick combos with me? Yeah. Yes, we will. I should probably do some of those side quests though. Fast travel. Use the warm-up to travel to previous unlocked locations. New locations are unlocked by progressing through the main story or discovering waymarks known as obelisks. The world map will open automatically upon leaving an area, but can also be accessed at any time via the main menu. Alright.
Well,
I will use the
What do you want?
forge. Yeah, so this would use up my frozen tier. We're right. Oh, I can go all the way up to +2 to get the big damage. That uses the meteorite for a little bit of HP and defense. Boring. And I would need to make these, so. I mean, what kind of guy would I be if I didn't do this?
yeah, that should do you.
And now go to that to a +2.
Not best work, but it'll do.
Which I'm sure they have there so you can know to do that.
Fine.
Alright. Let's see if we can ask Lady Khan about herself.
Yes?
Hey, we can ask about Karen. How are you doing, Karen?
Taking an interest, are you?
Wondering why such a comely cultured lady would cast her lot with this rabble, and also not talk for most of her line. Because she's got a special arrangement with the rabble rouser, that's why. Oh. You scratch Sid's back and he scratches yours. Okay, okay. You use your old trading connections to bring in whatever he and his little band need, and they pay you. Okay.
To sweeten the deal.
Okay, so you want to say that. Okay, okay, gotcha. He gave you a home there. Okay, far from the prying eyes of those who'd wish you ill. There's no shortage of them, believe you. Oh, you made some enemies. I mean, with your name, it was kind of destiny. Alright.
He'd quit while he's ahead if he had any sense, but he won't, because he doesn't.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Okay. Oh, we can talk to Goots.
You're leaving? Already? Well, stay safe.
Alright, well, we have that. I think y'all can be
Seeing
sent.
as you're new, let me share a word of warning. Keep your hands out of the stores, or I'll cut them off and crate them with the others. I'm only teasing. We feed the hands to the dogs.
You better not have fed any hands to my dog. Because I don't trust you guys to have good hands. He needs a good diet. He deserves it.
What are you gawping at, newcomer? Never seen a man work with his hands? Well, you best get used to it if you're thinking of staying.
No, I'm already done this. I'm not going to get into this. I joked about it once, but now it's clearly just a limitation of the engine and they're not wasting that much money on it.
Another newcomer. You mind the rules round here, or our next chat will be through the bars.
There's
Fancy a
that.
mug of Kenneth's coldest when
That's
we're
the
done.
same. Okay. Torgal is now awake and hanging out here. There's the stone for training.
Where to next?
For now, we rest and regroup. There are far too few of us as it is, and I won't risk losing anyone through lack of preparation.
I heard they escaped their masters in the Imperial capital. And by the look of those bruises, not a moment too soon.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter where they came from. Only that they're here now.
Oh, they have that Protestant work ethic where you must pull away regardless of whether there's actual work to be done or not. Fair enough. Ooh, Cursebreaker and Cursebreaker.
Another one of Sid's strays? What? We all are. Little uns, big uns, and everything in between. We're a damn sight better off here than out there in the world.
I don't know why it's weird to me they have actual chickens. Like, why can't they have chickens and they have chocobos, which are just giant battle chickens? That's not what they are, obviously, but... Oh, you guys don't have dialogue? Okay. Do you have anything to say?
Brand. Lady Tyre might be able to see to that. You may have been born as
Would you rather you went without?
Ah, it's that one. Gotcha, gotcha. Original sin, baby. We are born to suffer. Botanist, you were the same too, right?
Once told me.
Yeah, that's the same.
Blight
Okay.
doesn't kill the land; it only makes her forget who she once was. She'll eventually.
Jeffrey.
All she needs is a little reminder.
Actually, that's Jeffroy. Does Jeffrey usually have an O in it? Does it? No. Usually it's an EY, isn't it? So this is Jeffroy. Yeah, because I think that's how it usually is. This guy's just Jeffroy. Like, clearly this man, who, I mean, you look okay, sir, but I feel like you should be wearing a shirt if you're doing carpentry work. I mean, I don't even know what you're doing right now because you're holding it up, but you don't have any nails, but you're holding a hammer, but... Oh, let's talk to Jeff.
Damn it. We'll be needing more wood. But if I step away to fetch any, this lot will be down around our ears.
Do you need me to get you wood?
Ah, you there. Perfect timing. I couldn't persuade you to fetch me some timber, could I?
Also, I get this is probably actually a, accessibility thing, where they voice the entire side quest, but I like how Jeffroy, head carpenter here, had these lines fully voiced. But the actual shopkeepers I am going to be going back to over a fair amount of the game, ask about them, and those have almost no voice to their lines. Make do and mend. Fetch wood for the carpenter. I'd be happy to.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. You'll be helping me and the hideaway both. Takes a lot of work to keep this place standing. More than we can manage, if I'm honest.
It certainly looks like you've got your hands full.
Ah, you can say that again. The Fallen knew their craft, make no mistake, but not even their handiwork lasts forever. That's why the walls need shoring up. Can't have the vegetable patch crushed before our first harvest now, can we?
No, I suppose not. All right, where can I find this wood?
Ask over at the White Ads. They'll point you in the right direction. Thanks again. I really appreciate the help.
Quest accepted. Make do and mend. Yeah, we can prioritize, I guess. Yay. Yeah, it's a weird thing. Usually, I mean, RPGs in general usually have to call this at a weird point. I've seen ones that are just as weird too. And it's a lot to make something fully voiced, and you can't really get away with having things not be voiced anymore. Well, if you're from like an actual developer. Obviously, plenty of indie ones do that because it's an easy way to save money, but...
If you could bring me that wood, I'd be ever so grateful. The lads at the White Ads should be able to help you out.
Oh, they did that, okay. Alright. Chicken, you calm yourself. Oh, you're dying, that's right. I'll ignore you. Mouth movements and localization's another thing, too.
They escaped their masters in the Imperial.
When I played Yakuza Like a Dragon, they dubbed a ton of that game. But the people on the street would speak in just radiant Japanese because it was totally not worth, like, No one cared about that. Ah, they're gonna tell me where to go.
Excuse me. The man working over by the garden sent me to fetch some wood.
I bet he
That'll be
did.
Geoffrey, master carpenter. Luck would have it, we've just finished cutting the timber he's after.
Did you just say Jeffrey?
You take as much as you need from the stack.
No.
Thank you.
No, I had this discussion
Not
with
at all. We appreciate the assistance.
those two. He is Jeffroy. I can see that. Like, the way this is probably is like, I don't know, we'll take planks.
Here we are. I better get this to Jeffrey, was it?
No, it's, yeah, whatever. Kind of like how Resident Evil games need landing. There are some weird ones like that. I want to see what this wood says. Several lengths of weathered, slightly worm-eaten wood, salvaged and replaned to perfection for use in hideaway repairs. That was vital. Did I read that? Give me money. You literally could have walked like...
Hope fetching that wood wasn't too much trouble.
It wasn't. It was incredibly easy. The fact that you didn't yourself is... I mean, I get it. In reality, what's not pictured here is the fact that he's actually probably holding up stuff and he's working on it, and we're saving him the time of having to break away from it to go do that, but... Take these wooden planks in my pocket.
This will do nicely, thank you. With a bit of luck, the walls won't be falling in on us just yet.
That sounds ominous.
Oh, it's not as bad as all that. And it's a damn sight better than the alternative. We're safe, we're warm, and we're hidden. What more could we ask for? Now stop fretting and take this. You've earned it. Welcome to the fold.
There's no need to...
That's not a matter of need, my friend. You're one of us now.
One of us. One of us. How much? Quest complete. Oh, it gives you a little bit of experience, too. And he gave us a meteor. Okay. Take the reward, Clive. Gillbug. Contrary to popular belief, this small insect does not get its name from its appearance, but rather from the fact that it is a highly sought after by physicers for use in brewing medicines. In summer, when the beetles are most numerous, children across the realm will spend nigh every waking hour collecting specimens in readiness to exchange them for a handful of coppers. As children have tiny hands, however, this amounts to fewer than one might expect. Valuable, can be traded for gil. Interesting. It's a lot of material. Alright, we'll go over this way and do that other side quest. It did sound like it was just being a treasure. Is this? Oh, this is when you can listen to the music. Orchestrion.
Don't think I haven't noticed you stealing sips from that cup.
Not listening to you, bro. Oh, it's the wizened man. It's cryptocurrency. Oh no.
Yours is not a familiar face. Are you new to the hideaway, perchance?
You could say that.
Well then, allow me to welcome you. I am Harpocrates II Hyperboreus.
That's a great name.
Quite a mouthful, I know. Which is why everyone here has taken to calling me simply Tomes, on account of the company I keep. And what varied company. I'm a collector, you see. Not of bijou and baubles, but of stories. The history and culture of these isles have ever been a source of endless fascination to me. But alas, my days of wandering the realm in search of new tales are far behind me. And so I've taken to sharing that which I've gathered with all who might listen.
I mean, his voice is alright.
You would care to listen.
But he doesn't really have that true ASMR quality that you would really want. I guess Final Fantasy X spoiled us on that, didn't it? Ask me about Harpocrates.
When I was very young...
Ah, and then you stop, right? And you live beyond these shores. Your father would read to you every night from the only book you had, A History of Valsteia by Moss the Chronicler. Not the best name, but you know what you're gonna do. It's classic sound, one syllable, strong. Even if Moss itself is kind of unimpressive. He was so enchanted by the realm of myth and magic that when you were of age, you enlisted as a deckhand on a merchant galley, that you might see the world with your own eyes. Oh, I see Hippocrates.
Yet, when I arrived...
Oh, you found was a land of war and suffering, darkened by the blight and the evil in men's herd. Isn't that what they say? They say never meet your heroes, and you made your heroes the world, so... bad choice on your part, my man. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son. I remember mama told me not to... But no. So, you were determined to follow in the footsteps of Moss and record what you could. So you did, in all manner of places, in all manner of roles, until your aging legs could not carry you any longer.
Fortunately.
I hate second person, and yet I'm kind of using it for these just because of whatever, it's fine. Fortunately, Sid found you by the roadside, which is good to know, so to speak anyways, offered you a place here, where you could continue your studies without the wandering, which makes sense. You're getting kind of up there, which can be told. I mean, always be a baby, don't ever be a gun. View the 1,000 Tomes.
I have a few new notes that might interest you.
The 1,000 Tomes is a comprehensive compendium of Valstean lore, covering everything from basic terms to important persons, geography, and history. New information is constantly added as Clive progresses through the story. Past active time lore entries can also be viewed here.
I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them.
Clive tells Hippocrates of his adventures. He updates his tome.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
His last name is Robert E. Howard, Conan reference. Oh. I did not know that. That's nice. Okay, what did I miss? Dominant. Those within whom sleeps the power of an Akon, though they look and think no differently to any other man or woman. Hyperborea is the continent. Oh. They can not only cast elemental magics without a crystal, but also transform themselves into beasts of world-shattering strength at any moment, a quality for which they are honored, worshipped, and feared the realm over. Oh, and you can do related things too. Okay. Priming. The act of a dominant transforming their living flesh into that of their Akon. Dominants most often prime during times of war, using the immense strength of their Akons to turn the tides of battle, though it is usually done deliberately. The dominant remaining in control of the Akon even when primed. On occasion, a dominant will lose control of their powers and see their Akon run riot. I think I already looked at Akon? Actually, I might not have. Magical beings of godlike strength, who dwell within human hosts known as dominants, only emerging when the dominant primes. History records 8 Akons in total, each with a unique elemental affinity. It is commonly held that 2 Akons of the same element cannot coexist, but as none have ever witnessed all of these rare creatures together, the conjecture is yet to be proved. So this says 8, yet theoretically we should think there's at least 9. Although there's probably shenanigans happening there, obviously, but when the Akon goes nuts and takes over, is that a limit break? Katie's, this is possible. See, Katie has the advantage of playing head, so she can be like, I wonder. Priming dominant magic. The art of channeling ether to make one's imagination manifest. This can take the aspect of one of the 8 elements. Fire, water, wind, earth, ice, thunder, light, and dark. Or more rarely, be unaspected. While bearers and dominants can cast spells at will, others require a crystal to do so. Magic is a part of everyday life for the people of Valsteia, making it all but unlivable when they are deprived of its gift. I'm just smooshing together my Rolodex of Final Fantasy words. Crystal. One of the most valuable materials known to mankind, thanks to its ability to channel ambient ether from the air, allowing those without innate power to do so to cast magics. And as most Valisthians cannot live without magic, its supply and distribution is heavily regulated by governments across the Twins. A given shard can only channel a certain amount of ether before it shatters, so the need for new crystals is incessant. Oh my god. Holy. Hmm. This feels like when my mom has like 100 tabs open on her phone. Ether. Oh, I see. They keep stacking them. So you just go through the categories. The life force of the land and the source of all magic, the amount of ether a spell consumes depends on its strength, those manifesting more potent forces over a wider area coming at a greater cost. Larger crystals can channel more ether than smaller ones, and thus can be used to cast more powerful magics. You might use a small ration shard to grill a fish, but would require a large municipal crystal to fire a blacksmith's forge. That phone ringing because I friggin' called it. I think I already looked at magic, right? Yeah. Did that? Oh, they do let you stack it too. Okay. I looked at bear already, right? Yeah. Magic. Brand is different though. The mark applied to the cheeks of bearers across Valisthea, identifying them as something other than human. Newborn babes are checked at birth. Those who are found to be bearers being branded and taken into the custody of the state. Rarely, bearers evade this test, either because their parents hide them, the testers are lax in their duties, or their powers do not awaken until later, yet most do not remain unbranded for long. Oh, the mark applied to the cheeks of bearers, and I made them as something other than a human. The great nations of Valisthea have a long-standing accord to brand their bearers in this way, that the slaves might be traded across borders. We're sapping Gaia of its life force for our insatiable need of Jeho crystals. Banded soldier. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong thing, aren't I? Yes, I am. Duh. Bearer, brand. Branded soldier. I don't know why I was hitting circle there. Bearers forced to fight for their nations and enslave them. Okay, I did read this one already. I did bastards, bearer, Clive, brand. But Valisthea is new. A realm comprising the twin continents of Storm and Ash, over which the Mother Crystals stand timeless vigil. At the foot of each, great cities have risen up over the eons, and around them, powerful nations. The land has been blessed with the light of magic since time immemorial. In recent years, a creeping blackness has begun to gnaw at its borders. The Blight. Okay, I did read this one. I think I've read Mother Crystals? I'll reread this just in case. Enormous glassy mountains, 5 of which tower over the lands of Valisthea. They are the source of all the crystals that the people of the Twins rely on in their everyday lives. Not only that, but the lands surrounding them are rich with ether, making the magics of the crystals cast even more potent. For these reasons, great nations have sprung up around each Mother Crystal, and have long warred with each other for possession of their blessings. You mean with those little icons right next to them that I saw when I started going down this rabbit hole, Katie? Nah, I don't think so. You're talking crazy. Drake's Breath, I think. Yeah. When the Valisthea has 5 remaining Mother Crystals, located on the volcanic isle known to the Ironblood as Ben Lodlod. I'm sure I butchered the hell out of that. In the seas between Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom. Though its occupation can historically be traced to the Duchy, control of the crystal was recently wrested from Rosaria's grasp by the Crusade, following a series of bitter conflicts. Yeah, the Grand Duchy Rosaria. Home sweet home. I don't even begin to know what those... Well, that's because that's like... I don't know if that's Celtic or Gaelic in nature. I can never tell those apart. Screw you and your banner ads fandom. I am the wiki. Nation occupying the western reaches of the continent of Storm, so the capital of Zar's former regime. Yeah, I read this one. Okay. Alright, we'll go back now, because I've gone too far down, I think. Close. Battle of Nysa makes sense that I haven't done, though. Battle of Nysa was a short yet bloody clash between the Iron Republic and the Republic of Dhalmekia in the year 873. The Dhalmekians, hoping to force an end to their long-running conflict with the Ironblood, had convened a council at Zernitra Stronghold and treated their... Oh, they said this one before. Waleeder? I'll go with Waleeder allies to aid them in their cause. However, talk soon broke down, and the Dhalmekians were left with no choice but to rely once more on the power of the mighty Titan, to whom they already owed a considerable debt. Thus was the stage set for a showdown between Titan and Shiva, the Ironblood's own Aegon, in which losses on both sides were too many to count. This is like anti-FF13 lore. It's not that weird. They do change these things. I think I read this one. Oh, maybe not. Basic information. Yes, I've read basic information. That's right. When it's collated and organized. Gotcha. An archipelago nation situated off the west coast of Storm, with its capital at Craiglost. I think I might have read this one too, though, because I feel like I remember that one as well. The Mother Crystal, Drake's Breath, rises from a volcanic island situated just within its borders, and is worshipped as a god, just as the state religion. The Crystalline Orthodox dictates. This same religion decrees the use of magic to be anathema, and the bearers and dominants who use it to be sinful aberrations, leading to an even greater discrimination than that suffered by their brethren on the mainland. Given their stated desire to control all the mothers, the Ironblood's attitude to other nations is one of indelible antagonism. Iron Kingdom, we hate all people who use magic equally. You know, as you do. It's only fair. The Crystalline Orthodox. Religion dedicated to the worship of the Mother Crystals. Its priesthood enjoy great power, with the Patriarch, leader and chief shepherd of the faithful, the most powerful of all. While best known as the state religion of the insular Iron Kingdoms, it was once practiced throughout Valisthea. To its believers, the Mother Crystals are literal gods, and the wasteful expenditure of ether through the use of magic is strictly forbidden. As such, those who do use magic, dominants and bearers both, are seen as subhuman abominations. Oh, Iron Kingdoms. I can't blame them for making it so you can just slap it down as a 5e module, but that makes me sad. I think I read this too, right? Yeah. Shiva's been read too. Masked? Wow, well, the compendium confirms that it's Jill, I guess. Yeah, the one that they actually made for that. It's just... it's different. I appreciate that about it. The Woman of Ice, whose appearance on the battlefield makes her enemies blood. Okay. The Woman of Ice, of whom Jill Warwick is the current dominant. With her glacial aspect and ability to conjure boil boulders from the ether, Shiva's appearance on the battlefield makes her enemies blood run. Is that all it added? No, okay, it's a little bit different. That was pretty fun. Gator Man with his, like, top-down perspective on him. Jill... oh. Hey. There we go. When a princess of the Northern Territories, Jill was made a ward of Rosaria after her homeland's incessant raids were quelled by the Duchy. She was raised in Rosalith Castle alongside Clive and Joshua, who came to love her as a sister, not related by blood. Ah, excellent. Where is it on the anime bingo? We need to mark this down. Ah, nothing yet. Okay. He was the gator boy. She said, see you later, boy. When she waved the brothers farewell on the day they departed for Phoenix Gate, little did she know of the misfortune that awaited both them and her. dominant of Shiva and Clive's childhood friend. In the depths of the Nysa defile, the two came to blows at the orders of the armies that enslaved them. Jill feigned to defend the priests of the Iron Kingdom, Clive obeying the Empire's orders to take the head of Shiva's dominant. Exhausted from her tilt with Titan, Jill came close to falling to her assassin's blades, but was spared at the last moment when Clive's memories of their time together came flooding back. You know, I don't mind that they're like, look, he says it's her. But at the same time, I feel like you could milk it for a little bit. Like, it's not like she looks super unique. And she doesn't have anything, like, really identifying her. I guess maybe gray hair is super rare. I don't know, it's hard to know in anime. So that's the first I saw. There's AO3 tags. Okay. I looked at this, right? Yeah. But I looked at Dalmekian. A nation formed from the federation of 5 smaller states, is located in the southern half of the continent of Storm, as its capital at Rondella. It is also home to the mother crystal known as Drake's Fang. There is no official state religion, and citizens are free to worship as they please. Dalmekia's key political entity is the Parliament, which is formed of ministers representing each of the states, with the Prime Minister at its head. Hugo? Kupka's awakening as the dominant of the Aegon Titan thrust him to the forefront of Dalmekian politics, winning him influence over both the Republic's armies and its policy-making, as well as a personal fortune. He has little love for his country, taking advantage of his position to benefit himself and himself alone. His love for Benedicta Herman, however, is absolute, and he would gladly betray his every ally just to be with her. I'm sure that's not going to be a problem later. Nah, it's Titan stuff. I already looked at Titan, right? Yeah, I did look at that already. Benedicta Herman, commander of the Kingdom of Wallode's elite intelligencers, who sits by her liege's side at the highest tables of state, most recently in their negotiations with the Dalmecs at the Zernitra stronghold. But Barnabas is not the only one with whom she shares a special bond. Benedicta also has eyes and ambitions for Hugo Kupka. Okay, the Zernitra consult. Looking to bring an end to their long-running conflict with the Iron Kingdom, the Dalmecs convened a council with their Walloder allies at Zernitra stronghold. Oh god, these words. However, the Walloders were unwilling to concede to the Dalmecs' requests, leaving the Republic no choice but to field the dominant, Hugo Kupka. In so doing, Parliament further indebted itself to this already powerful player in national politics. Oh, it's going to be fan art of her clogging my Twitter feed. You've already activated the algorithm. Fort Zernitra. A stronghold situated at the western end of the Nysa defile in the Dalmekian Republic. Near 873, it served as the site of a meeting convened by the Dalmekians with their Walloder allies in an attempt to enlist their aid in driving back the Ironblood, who'd been a thorn in their side since the Battle of the Twin Realms 8 years before. I already looked at this. Yes, I did. Did I look at the Battle of the Twin Realms? I don't think so, no. Benedicta, I'll go ahead and put that as a blocked ward. The Battle of the Twin Realms was a conflict fought between the Holy Empire of Sambrukir and the Kingdoms of Wallode in the year 865, 8 years ago. Sambrukir forces, with the power of the Aegon Bahamut on their side. Oh, I mean, of course. Of course the people who took us as slaves are the ones that have Bahamut. Of course. Took the Strait of Atha back from Wallode, putting an end to a blockade that had lasted several decades. The Walloders, looking to hold back the Sambrukir advance by any means necessary, formed an alliance with the Dalmekian Republic, who themselves were waging war against the Iron Kingdom on the Western Front, and preventing the Empire from progressing any further. Okay, this one, however, didn't actually mention that they had Bahamut. And there's Diablos in this game. The Imperial Army. The assembled forces of the Holy Empire of Sombraka. While officially under the command of the Cardinals, it is Holy Emperor Sylvester Lassar whom the legions truly serve. On the battlefield, the Dragoons, peerless lancers renowned throughout the realm, are the Empire's keenest weapon, descending from the skies to sow terror and disarray among their hapless foes. Was he only an FF8? I have no idea. I've only played a handful of the Final Fantasies. And it is a little bit past Katie's bedtime, so who knows how conscious she is right now. Dragoon. A lance-wielding knight of the Holy Empire of Sombraka. The Dragoons are trained in a unique acrobatic fighting style modeled after the movements of dragons, which is characterized by sudden thrusts and disorienting leaps and dives. Gregorian scripture holds the creatures to be divine, a gift from the goddess herself, and so too are their namesakes revered by the populace. And this one I already looked at. Yeah. The Kingdom of Wallode. The sole surviving nation in Ash, Wallode has its capital at Stonehair, home to the mother crystal of Drake's Spine. A warlike land, its considerable military might serves to keep neighboring countries at bay. While Wallode does maintain a notional alliance with the Dhalmekian Republic and Southern Storm, it is very much a marriage of convenience. The King of Wallode. The aloof and unshakable Barnabas Tharmer. I should know how to pronounce it, but whatever. We'll figure it out when someone says it. But how long are you playing tonight? Not too much longer. Like 30, 40 minutes. Diabolos is mainly 8 from what I remember. First of his name, few can meet his steely gaze without flinching. Royal Knight Lord Commander. Lord Commander of the Kingdom of Wallode's armies. Look at this anime guy. Oh, God. We're definitely going to have to fight him at some point. Lord Commander of the Kingdom of Wallode's armies. He accompanied his liege to Fort Zernitra in the Republic of Dhalmekia to negotiate the provision of reinforcements from the Royal Order of Knights. You know, maybe we don't. I'm thinking we would probably fight him, but he could also get betrayed and killed. Either way, though. I might have finally gone through everything. No, I'm missing some things. Damn it, Lay of the Land. Oh, I've not looked at Storm yet? I was trying to find the way of doing it. I thought it could be cool. The westerly of Valstay has 2 great continents, with its frozen northern reaches, its temperate, marshy midlands, and the searing heat of the south. It boasts a breadth of climes and cultures not seen anywhere else in the known realms. You know, the known realms of the 2 continents. Rosalith. In the capital city of the Duchy of Rosaria, Rosalith Castle, seat of the Archduke, stands at the heart of the storied settlement, whose marketplace teem with activity. Alas, the encroaching blight has rendered vast swaths of the land to the north uninhabitable, driving refugees south in ever greater numbers, and placing an unbearable strain on Rosalith's all too finite resources. The Ducal Army. God damn, how many of these did I miss? Because what happens when you put Starscream in Jura? It kind of is. The loyal soldiery of the Duchy of Rosaria. They serve under the standing army's Lord Commander, whose task it is to enact the will of their sovereign, the Archduke. Those who show sufficient aptitude, or who are blessed with sufficient nobility of birth, are made shields, personal retainers to the Archduke himself. I don't even know how much of this is actually relevant anymore, considering our home might be off, like, just obliterated off the map anyways. House Rossfield, the highest of the noble houses of Rosaria. The dominant of the Phoenix is always born into the Rossfield line. and so it is always a Rossfield who sits upon the ducal throne. The Knight of Flames. An Imperial attack on Rosarian forces stationed at Phoenix Gate made under the cover of night in the year 860. Archduke Elwin Rossfield was killed in the fighting, as were his 2 sons, though the bodies of the latter were never recovered, having thought to have been wholly consumed by hellfire. The attack was widely rumored to have been facilitated by the traitorous Duchess Annabella, though official explanations attempted to shift the blame onto the Phoenix having run inexplicably rampant. Is Annabella mom? Yes, Annabella is mom. Yeah. Duchess Rosaria, wife of Archduke Elwin and mother to Clive and Joshua. Man, she is our birth mom, too. While she adores her younger son, she treats Clive and Jill with naught but thinly veiled contempt. It was not only her beauty but her connection to a bloodline that produced many previous dominants of the Phoenix that led to her being proposed as a bride for the young Archduke. Indeed, we're an incest baby? Oh my god, that explains a lot. Okay, indeed, the 2 are cousins. I mean, no wonder our little brother was sickly. Having known from a young age that her purpose in life was to preserve her Phoenix-bearing bloodline, she dotes on Joshua and scorns Clive. Only a little. I mean, in fairness, it just says cousins. They're probably not cousins, but... although they might be cousins. Which, if that's the case, I mean, you can only be so much more related in terms of incest, you know? Duchess Rosaria was ever her purpose in life to preserve her Phoenix-bearing bloodline, for which reason she betrayed her husband, that she might enter in league with a force she judged the mightier, the Holy Empire of Sombre-Coeur. It was Annabella's treachery that led to the disaster at Phoenix Gate. Ah, okay. So basically she... Rude. I mean, look, he was putting Joshua in that, so... okay. Warming the throne. Owen was born before his father, the previous dominant of the Phoenix, passed away, so he did not inherit the Aecon's powers. Instead, he devoted himself to the study of swordcraft and statesmanship, that he might lead his country from the front, which he did to wide acclaim in leading his armies and quelling the rebellious northern territories. This was 13 years ago. And I assume Joshua did die then. Ooh, Mom, are you working on making a half-brother? Or half-sister? Maybe we'll get to that. We'll see. Late Archduke of the Grand Duchy Rosaria and father of Clive and Joshua. Elwin's reign ended when he was beheaded by servants of the Holy Empire of Sombre-Coeur in their ignoble attack on Phoenix Gate. Known not only for his inspiring leadership and skill with a blade, but his disapproval of the mistreatment of bearers, his legacy lives on in all those who oppose imperial rule and what remains of Rosaria. Then we have Clive. Look at that. Baby man. Like, definitely not like Ike. He didn't guts out fully, but he grew up pretty decently. Okay, I definitely read that one. There was his sworn duty to protect his father and younger brother. Both lost their lives in a tragedy brought about by his mother, Duchess Annabella. Taken into custody by the Imperial Army, he was branded as a bearer and forced to serve as a slave soldier. Half guts out, yeah. He didn't fully guts out, but... slave soldier for the Holy Empire of Sombre-Coeur, now in his 13th year of servitude. Though drafted as a frontline infantryman, the magical might granted him by the blessing of the Phoenix quickly saw him promoted to an elite squadron of assassins, where he was assigned the moniker by which he is now known. Oh, I read this. Duh. Then he was turned deserter after refusing to slay the dominant of Shiva, choosing instead to turn his blade on his own sergeant, as a force of crusaders closed around him. I should point out, too, our sergeant was a bitch. Like, I killed Tiamat easy. I mean, Jill killed me. I could have healed, I guess. I was still remembering the gameplay, kind of, but like, man, Jill was doing way better than Tiamat was. Although I guess I wasn't. I probably should have tried to parry him more. As the force of crusaders closed around him, his freedom seemed as if it would be short-lived, until the timely intervention of Cid, a man who shared Clive's desire to see the dominant freed from their clutches. Together, they escaped to Cid's secret hideaway. Selwyn Marsh. Oh, right, I missed the Men of the Fist. I remember seeing this pop up, actually. Man, they give you a lot of this stuff. But I guess these were also during cutscenes that I didn't pause at the time. Dhalmekia's Standing Army. While officially an Actually, I think it introduced me to real-time lore after that anyways. Didn't it? They are very proud of their world building. Dhalmekia's Standing Army. While officially an organ of the Republic, each of its 5 states is granted relative autonomy with regard to the management of its troops. Aside from certain specialized squads, battle deployments are mostly comprised of small units employing a mixture of foot soldiers and battle mages. The former are known and feared for their curved swords and prodigious axes, and the deadly skill with which they wield them. I love when, like, this way they've made the army for the Men of the Fist is designed for them to be combat encounters. Which is a fine way of doing it. The Dhalmekian Chief Strategist. Chief Strategist and former Field Marshal of the Dhalmekian Republic. There was a time he took personal command of his troops. Ugo Kupka's rise to prominence led to his being recalled from the battlefield by reason of his advancing age, for which he bears the vainglorious dominant a deep-seated grudge. The Republican Prime Minister. Leader of the Dhalmekian Parliament, and eldest and most experienced of its members, those elected by the states of the Republic, plus the Dominant of Titan, who serves as an official advisor. Alas, Ugo Kupka does not take kindly to his advice being ignored. The Republican Parliament, the highest council of government of the Republic of Dhalmekia. 7 ministers are responsible for ruling the nation, though their will is often molded to that of their permanent economic advisor, Ugo Kupka, who leverages his power as the Dominant of Titan to shape the Republic's policy. The permanent economic advisor? I mean, so the person you have who was born with the ability to access your god summon, your strong war asset, you put onto your political governing body as an economic advisor. I mean, I guess it makes some sense. It's a little bit weird to me. Did that. The Iron Crusade. The fighting forces of the Iron Kingdom. Ultimate command rests with the king, who issues orders directly to the commanders of each of his battalions. Ironblood soldiers generally prefer heavy clubs and great axes over swords and other lighter weapons. This rather brutal approach is indicative of their overall attitude, which has earned them a reputation on the continent as savage, if somewhat primitive warriors. It makes as much sense as making the leader of your country just whoever is born with the Phoenix. I mean, kind of. It's more the fact that it's just economic advisor. Like, could you have maybe picked them something better? But, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Not a lot about your battle capability is tied into the economy. But, I mean, that falls to, like, bloodline shenanigans, right? The Northern Territories. A bitterly cold region in the northern reaches of the continent of Storm. It was originally home to the mother crystal known as Drake's Eye, around which a series of small nations sprang up. Nations whose belligerence proved troublesome for Rosaria over the centuries. In time, however, the mother crystal's power dwindled, and with it, the power of these warlike nations. With the Blight encroaching on their territory ever more, the remaining tribes were united and pacified by Archduke Elwin Rosfield of Rosaria in the year 854. All right. I mean, at this point, how is this only amateur analyst? I feel like Hugo is the economic advisor only for as this is what you are paying me today. That's a pretty good one. Oh, little brother. Upon the night of the Imperial invasion of Phoenix Gate, the shock of seeing his father slain before his disbelieving eyes led to him losing control of his Aegon and setting the castle alight. From the flames rose a second Aegon of fire, whose murderous rampage laid both the castle and the Phoenix low. He was a cutie. Sharing what happened to him. Torgal. Oh my god. Anytime I want to look at Clive's faithful friend. But back from one of Archduke Elwin's expeditions to the frozen northern territories, he really is just a dire wolf. Like, it's not like this is a complicated backstory, but where he was found half-starved and shivering in the snowfield, having presumably been separated from his pack. Elwin gifted the puppy to Clive upon his return, and the two became nigh inseparable until they were separated for 13 years. Oh, until the tragic events at Phoenix Gate tore them apart. I feel like you could just replace these, but I appreciate that they keep the old one. At the Balvness, look at, Clive's faithful friend, now fully grown. After the tragic events at Phoenix Gate, Clive believed that Torgal was lost to him forever. However, their paths would cross again some 13 years later, when Torgal's new master, Cid, came to Clive's rescue in the depths of the Nissa Defile. Despite their long years apart, the two knew each other as if not a single day had passed since their separation. I don't know, it looked like Karen might have been his actual new master, but... In the intervening years, Torgal not only grew into a fine hound, but met with Cid, who trained him to work as a hunting dog. After meeting with Clive again, Torgal gladly returns to the service of his former master. I love Torgal, but I feel like Torgal was crafted for you in particular. Why be in particular? Because he does cool combat things with us, too? I mean, what's not to like about a battle doggo? Ambrosia. Did Ambrosia get... I remember we saw Ambrosia fight, but is there a chance? I guess they'll tell us. Okay, good. This doesn't actually say she died, so we might be able to find her later. Look, wolves are awesome in general. And we all have ill-advised handle names from our youth. Just so happened I picked one that would indicate I was a furry to people, but you know, what you gonna do? Clive's personal seed. During the attack on Phoenix Gate, she raced to Clive's rescue, saving him from certain death at the cost of an eye, a price she gladly paid. Ambrosia was pretty awesome, too. Like, that was pretty sweet when she saved us at the time. We looked at Cid, Benedicta, Hugo, you. Oh, these guys actually have entries. That makes sense. Otto. Chief Steward of Cid's hideaway, manages the day-to-day running of their operations in his friend's stead, Cid often being taken far and away by his bearer-liberating activities. Even when Cid is at home, he prefers to leave such busy work to Otto, much to the hard-pressed purser's indignation. Look, man, if you're the secretary, you're the secretary. What can I tell you? Alright, looked at Terraria? Yes, I did, okay. Interestingly, not a bearer. One of Cid's most trusted allies, a merchant who calls the hideaway her home, with little help from her hardworking yet long-suffering apprentice Goots. Not Guts, Goots. Although he's big enough, he could be, but he's too nice for that, I guess. She can source whatever supplies the residents of the hideaway need, provided they are willing to pay. She wears a glass eye in her right socket. I didn't notice that at all. But you can see it right there. It's pretty obvious. I just didn't actually, like, pay attention. That's cool. Goods. Goods, goods. One of his trusted allies, a gentle giant. Oh. Apprentice to Karen, an ally of their hideaway. A gentle giant who is a warm word for everyone, but is not afraid to put his foot down in the face of injustice. Goots' every waking moment is spent in service to his Nan, and he can do little of his own accord without her express permission. Blackthorn. Better than blacksmith of Sid's hideaway, a sullen and secretive sort prefers to drown his woes in drink than to share them. Hippocrates too Hyperboreus, the hideaway's resident historian, whose love for books has earned him the nickname Tomes. Hippocrates revealed to traveled to Valisthea as a youth, seeking to unearth the secrets of this land of legend, and over the years has developed a deep knowledge of Valisthean geography, history, religion, and folklore, which he is now telling us about in third person as he reads to us his own compendium entry. Oh, Rodney Murdoch. Right, he burned to death. He got completely converted to ash. Okay. Murdoch and his shield accompanied Elwood and Joshua to Phoenix Gate to perform the rite of ancestral communion, only to be set upon first by Imperial infiltrators, then a second, shadowy Acon of fire, within whose flames Murdoch was engulfed. He was just trying to tell us the lore of the land. Sir Wade. He did all he could to return the favor that he owed to Joshua for saving his life as a boy during the attack on Phoenix Gate. Wade was to meet the same fate as the prince. Oh right, Tyler died to Joshua. His years of distinguished service were to come to a close when he was swallowed by the flames of the rampaging Phoenix. That's rough, guys. Hey, look, it's our friends who all died. This one at our hands. Biest. Second longest serving of the Bastards, an elite band of slave assassins in service of the Holy Empire of Sombriqueur. He and his sergeant Tiamat fought alongside each other for many a year, and Biest trusted him with his life. Alas, there was little Tiamat could do to save him from the boulder that was to fall from the skies during their ill-fated mission to infiltrate the Dhalmekian Republic and take the head of Shiva's dominant. Avis. A branded soldier for the Holy Empire of Sombriqueur, who served alongside Wyvern. None know his true name. He and his band of elite assassins were tasked with taking the head of the dominant of Shiva, but he was to lose his life to a random no-name bitch mook crusader's axe in the course of the mission. Like, look, I hate to say it, but going out to a giant boulder from the rubble of two fighting monsters is a better death than this guy got. At least this dude was killed by accident by Titan and Shiva, basically. He was just killed by a random soldier. Tiamat. A bearer in service in the Holy Empire of Sombriqueur, Tiamat is the leader of the elite assassin squadron to which Wyvern is assigned, the Bastards. Their latest mission, to take the head of the dominant of Shiva. To this end, they infiltrate the Nysa defile, where the forces of the Republic of Dhalmekia and the Iron Kingdom are aligned against each other. Though none know his true name, rumor has it that the man now known as Tiamat was born a scion of a noble Sombriqueur family and abandoned to his fate after his powers awakened. Death. It was on a mission to take the head of Shiva's dominant in the Nysa defile that his subordinate Wyvern, real name Clive Rossfield, turned upon him and cut him down. Sucks to suck. Gerulf, second command of Warlord's Royal Intelligencers serving under Benedicta Herman, with whom he shares a deep bond of trust. Look at this dude. He looks evil. Like, just like the way his face is and his hair. He kind of has like a Vizier look to him. Gerulf of Rivia. Lost the Chronicler. Far-fabled scholar of Valisthean history and legend. Even to this day, much of the surviving knowledge of the distant antiquity of the twins issues from his quill. In his later years, his writings attracted fierce criticism from certain scholarly circles, which resulted in him removing himself from public life. The Dominant of Fire. A mysterious figure who was first seen amid the chaos of the Imperial invasion of Phoenix Gate, immediately before the appearance of the second Archon of Fire, the very Archon that slew the heir to the ducal throne. Clive believes this man to be the Dominant who murdered his brother, and is sworn to take his revenge. Okay, mysteries. Crystal rations. Shards of crystal small enough to be held in the hand, which allow those who are not born bearers to cast magics. The nations of the twins see such shards mined from the mother crystals and distributed to the populace, so that every man and woman of good character, bearers, criminals, and other undesirables, not included, might enjoy the gift of magic. It is common for people to keep them about their persons in a protective case. Municipal shards. Large shards of crystal that are entrusted to towns and cities across Valisthea in order to serve the populace, where those shards rationed out to individuals might suffice to fill a cup or light an oven. Municipal shards fill wells, fire forges, and light the streets of the great cities of the twins. Oh, these don't matter as much, but I guess. First shield. Title granted to the mightiest and most stalwart shield of the Rosarian army. The first shield is entrusted with the personal protection of the Dominant of the Phoenix, and is gifted a portion of the Archon's power over flame, a boon known as the Blessing of the Phoenix. The Blessing of the Phoenix. The boon Joshua bestowed upon his brother upon Clive's ordination as first shield, allowing him to wield fire-aspected magic without a crystal. It has long been custom in Rosaria for the Dominant of the Phoenix to share a part of their power in this way, performing this rite of rejuvenation upon those they appoint as their protectors, that they might serve them the better. People born to use magic, enslave. People without magic, Dad, can we get crystals? Let us use magic. Yeah, really. Also, it's a good thing this is not something that Joshua had to re-up on us. It was a one-time thing. Because, oh boy, we lost our chance to get that re-upped. The Arete Stone. A mysterious ceramic tablet. Ceramic, really? Never would have guessed. That stands in the hideaway. Of a similar construction to other relics of the Fallen, is seemingly not a part of their airship proper. Its imposing appearance suggests some important function that has been lost to time. Whatever strange secrets lie within it seems to react to Clive's presence and urges him to unlock his hidden potential. The Rosarian National Anthem. Perhaps the most beloved ditty in the duchy, the Rosarian National Anthem was written for the occasion of the new nation's founding, and is filled with patriotic imagery of rolling meadows, rising flames, and stirring song. It was oft heard raising the rafters of ducal alehouses, particularly close to closing time, where disputes over the lyrics to the less practiced third verse would occasionally end in fisticuffs. Beastmen. A somewhat derogatory nomen, given the collective group of demi-humanoid beings that include goblins, orcs, and minotaurs, among others. Beastmen tend to differ from most wild creatures in demonstrating a distinct intelligence, possessing the capacity for spoken and sometimes even written language, as well as complex tool building. And many have developed unique, albeit simple, civilizations of their own. With civilization, however, will always come the desire to expand, and it is this ambition that has resulted in countless clashes with humanity over the centuries. Ah, nice. Some good old classic human first racism. Okay, I did read the Goblin one, though. This is just the general Beastmen one, though. Bird. Traveling minstrels who journey from place to place, performing in hostelries across Valisthea to the accompaniment of lute or lyre. They provide not only entertainment, but information on the state of the realm, oft singing of significant events and important personages. The hideaway has its own resident bird, that the illiterate amongst its residents might remain informed. Orchestrion. A curious clockwork contraption that is able to perform several different musical compositions at the flick of a switch. Media. The burning red star that sits beneath the moon. Folklore ascribes to Media the role of message bearer to the moon, so it is common custom across Valisthea to wish upon the star that one's heartfelt desires might be conveyed to the heavens and beyond. The Journal of Moss. The Annals of Moss the Chronicler, a scholar of Valisthean history noted not only for his singular insight, but for the lyricism of his writing, an exceptionalism that earned him the enmity of his fellow scholars and drove him from public life. Such were their misgivings towards him that only a handful of copies of the journal were ever produced, making the tome a prized find among collectors. Almost there. The bestiary. Look at... Is it weird to me that this Gigas one almost looks cute? Like, goblins, I don't see it so much, but something about, like, the way the Gigas kind of gets fat there. It's like, bro, formal Gigas. Nah. Second Acon of Fire. A fire-aspected Acon that first emerged in the year of the realm 860, when Imperial forces attacked the Rosarian stronghold of Phoenix Gate. Clad in infernal flame, the fiendish creature flung itself against the Phoenix, overpowering the Acon with a strength and ferocity never seen before or since. The Phoenix. The Warden of Fire, whose strength resides within Joshua Rossfield, heir to the Rosarian throne. The Phoenix is always born in the ducal line and is worshipped by the populace, not least because its flames of both destruction and regeneration have delivered the duchy from disaster many times over. Gigas looks like he's about to banish Jar Jar from his kingdom. He has a little bit of a Boss Nass vibe, doesn't he? The Warden of Fire, lasting on the night of the Imperial invasion of Phoenix Gate in the year 860, when the young Joshua Rossfield lost control of his powers. The Phoenix first awakened among the Motes of Fire, an ancient tribe who dwelled in the western reaches of Storm, and the careful preservation of bloodlines among the Rosarian nobility ensured that its dominant would always be born in the ducal line. Oh, we come from a long line of incest babies. Like, the careful preservation of bloodlines tells us that it's incest all the way up for a while now. Like, I'm sure it's carefully preserved, which means they would bring in new blood to thin it back out again a little bit, but you had to have, like, just enough. I wonder if this means if you lost that bloodline completely, it would just be born in a random person. Because I have to assume that the Phoenix would always come back. Huh, I don't know. I think it's just the fact that, like, his big fat chin's lead up to his underbite there. The Phoenix stuff keeps your chromosomes normal. Ah, makes sense. Some late gene editing. As they are often witnessed in the presence of goblins, many believe these lumbering brutes to be goblins themselves, albeit ones that have grown to prodigious size. Scholars, however, deny these claims and insist the two tribes are independent and their relation a symbiotic one, with the Gigas providing protection to the slighter goblins who, in turn, provide the craftless giants with sundry arms and vestures, such as the charnel carcanets created from the bones of their victims. The spread of the Blight has seen both tribes impinge on human territory with increased frequency, and recent spottings have put them as close to civilization as 3 reeds in Rosaria. It's like some kind of baby face filter on a fat guy. Yeah. Oh, man. These... it kind of reminds me a little bit, too, to go back to Iron Kingdoms, the game itself, where, based on the lore of it itself and everything, and the war game it comes from, there are several of the factions with warlocks and everything, from the more bestial side, where they're creatures they use for battle, because they don't get the steam jacks, they don't get the robots instead, are usually related to them in some fashion, like directly. Like, especially the Pharaoh, the pig people, it's just occasionally they have pharaoh are born that become giant. And they're like, they're not really people like us. We could just use them as engines of war. Marbles. The foul cocktail of bile and partially digested prey that accumulates within these giant carnivorous plants' beliefs. Wow. Do Khajiit have that going on? I must have missed where that is. That's not Elder Scrolls lore I think I knew off the top of my head. That accumulates within these giant carnivorous plants' bellies make their breath so spectacularly rancid they can be used as a weapon to repel would-be attackers. Morbles favor more humid climes, such as those found on the volcanic isles of the Iron Kingdom. However, the spread of the blight has driven the mobile flora to cooler areas, such as the swamps, Rosaria. Oh, depending on what cycle of the moon they were born under determines their phenotype. Alright, that's kind of neat. Chocobos. Favored steeds of the people of Valisthea. While they are mainly bred for riding, some are used to pull wagons, and some are even eaten, but the boldest and bravest are put forward for use by the military. They are intelligent and fiercely loyal creatures, and tend to tolerate only their master's attention. Wild chocobos are no less vigilant, and will readily attack anyone who they perceive to be a threat. Anyone who isn't carrying a fistful of Gysol greens, that is. Stoluses. Oh, they're psychic owls? Oh, that's kind of neat. Owls capable of transmitting the thoughts of others, specifically those with whom they are attuned. In response to an ancient incantation, their lithified third eyes store these thoughts in the form of ether, allowing them to be passed on as and when required, though only to the intended recipient. Soluses are mainly kept by royals, nobles, and other figures of authority for the purpose of sending secret or urgent messages, and are seldom available to common folk. The incantation Omialosalan Tuisagilith can be loosely translated as, "My will is now thy burden, ne'er cleft our bond shall be." Oh, I did it. I did it. The 1,000 tomes.
Everything you needed?
And sadly, that is basically all my time, but we'll at least do a couple things.
I haven't noticed you stealing sips from that pot.
Sid can take some getting used to. But his heart's in the right place. Give him a chance.
I did indeed. Xenotypes include regular-looking humans with cat eyes, classic Khajiit cat people, giant quadrupedal battle panthers that use mounts, and small quadrupedal ones about the size of a house cat. Wow. I've missed that lore completely. Well, let's get this out of the way just to look at it. Background music played in the hideaway can be changed by accessing the orchestrion. The tracklist is expanded using orchestrion rolls, required from main scenario quests, shops, or treasure coffers. Where the heart is. So yes, your son can be ridden as a cavalry mount. We just put it back to what it should be. Oh, you were the side quest. Kenneth Kitchenhead, that's right.
Ah, a new face, and dare I hope, a willing pair of hands. The fat chocobo is a demanding mistress, and we are too few to keep her on her feet. Might I persuade you to deliver a meal or two to souls in need of sustenance?
Chocobo?
For your trouble, I can offer you the contents of my strongbox and my enduring gratitude.
Did I hear him right? Did you just say chocobo? Also, they all have sapient human intellect. They all have sapient human intellect. I mean, that's probably the better way of doing it, though, right? Like, the way it is in the Iron Kingdom setting is a little dark. I think two sapient people get together, and regardless of the form, they produce a sapient child. Is a little bit nicer. Help keep the fat chocobo running. And Elder Scrolls Online. Oh, I don't see why not.
I don't see why not.
Marvelous. And who exactly do I have the honor of addressing?
Sits on a desk. That's
Clive.
cute.
Delighted to make your acquaintance, Clive. I'm Kenneth, and mine are the weary shoulders upon which the weight of this fine establishment rests. Now, I have 3 hungry customers awaiting their victuals. Take these if you would, and be careful, they're hot.
Prioritize quest of delivering food.
Oh, meal. How long has it been?
Oh, just the tables? Okay. First. A chocolate chocobo. Chocobo. Tasty. Alright, look at that. So, oh, does this tell me how much it's worth? No? Okay. A thin soup made from boiling down what few meager vegetables hideaway cook Kenneth was able to acquire. At least it is warm. Somewhat.
Your food.
I was hoping it might be. Well, doesn't this look fine? Thank you, lad.
That looks better than the...
You, aren't you? Kenneth's running you ragged already, I expect. The old rascal.
I didn't expect you to have that many lines.
He did say he'd give me something for my trouble.
And so he should. We're not slaves anymore. Well met, lad. And keep up the good work.
Like, looking at that bowl... A thin soup made from boiling down what few meager vegetables hide away. That doesn't look like a few meager vegetables. I guess it's the idea that it just has vegetables on it. No meat or anything, which, you know, I guess what you're gonna do.
Well. There's so much more to farming than just seeds and soil.
Your food.
Just a moment. I need to finish this. I won't be a burden. I'm of no use to anyone as I am, but maybe if I can master
You can
this...
do it, random guy.
Right, but see that you eat it before it gets cold.
Of course. Thank you.
Clive's big brother senses are like, tell him to eat.
So many uses.
There was no good way to deliver all these.
Quick to sound the retreat once Titan turned up.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have done this guy before the one up top.
My thanks. I hope you do not think me lazy for waiting to be served like a lord. Only my former master did not use me kindly, you see. He left me half lame, truth be told. But Sid took me in nonetheless. Well, the hideaway is the home I never knew, and a mighty fine one at that.
That's nice.
That's the last one. I'd better let Kenneth know.
I delivered the food.
All done, I presume? Splendid.
They were bearers. All 3 of them.
Clive, almost everyone here's a bearer.
Slaves waiting upon their master's pleasure, but men waiting to be fed like equals.
Indeed, equality is the very cornerstone upon which our little community is founded. Beyond these walls, we are scorned as slaves, speaking only when spoken to, eating only what scraps our masters deign to give us. The first hot meal here is the first many will have known. In the hideaway, we are free, truly free to speak as we please, when we please, and to eat what and when we desire. More than reason enough to trust in Sid's vision, wouldn't you say? Now, I promised you something for your trouble, did I not? The contents of my strongbox are yours to do with as you will.
Feels like excessive for what I did, but whatever.
You, Clive. Do come and visit me again, won't you?
Quest complete. Food for thought. He gave me 500 gil And 10 were right. Countless treasure coffers lie across the realm, just waiting to be plundered. If you find one, don't hesitate to kick it open with X and reap the bounty. Go on. No one's looking. A badge of metal.
Do you think we should go and help?
Is that it?
It sounds
That's
like
that.
has everything under
That's
control.
that.
As always.
Don't think I have any more side quests. No? No? Okay. Where is... The strength of a city is defined by the guard that mans its walls. The strength of a city guard is defined by the pride in their hearts and the laurels on their breasts. This badge provides its wearer with one of the two. Alright. Might as well. Hello,
What
Karen.
do you want?
I'm back.
Go on then.
I have that. I could get some iron bracers, which are new. And in fact, I will.
It'd better all be here. Is that all?
And I think I can improve these a little bit too.
Make it quick. What do you want?
Ooh, don't make that. I already have that. I could make that, but I already bought those, so. That gives me 2 and 2. Three and 2. So this is better than the belt. Yes, okay.
You can thank me later. Yeah, that should do you.
Even though it gives me 10. The 1052 does bother me a little bit, but whatever. Better number is better. Alright. Well, that was a riveting thing to end it on. As I read a crap ton of lore, I delivered some food, and I grabbed wood and took it over to a carpenter. Also, I killed my sergeant as I took my childhood friend from the religious extreme people who kept her as a slave for her power to become a ice goddess, kind of, almost. Well, you know, not a big deal. But with that, I'm done. A lot of that was just the stuff at the end, but hey, next time, we'll get to more exciting gameplay, I'm sure. Love you, Dark Saga. I'll see you later. Yeah. Good night. See everyone next time I do.